Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is YLAM here in this week's crypto vlog. This is definitely a good week to talk about perspective. So it's a good chance to really take one step back so that we can move two steps forward. As many of you know, this week has definitely been a declining week. We kind of covered that in last week's crypto vlog, in which we really started seeing a cool down of the markets, and this week is no different. We definitely saw a lot of people keeping an eye on the exit door, and as soon as things started looking bad, definitely a lot of people started cashing out, and that's what we saw the entire week. It has been fairly choppy, but honestly, if you take a step back and you saw where we started in January and where we are right now, we're still in a very good position. So that's what I want to talk about this week. So one of the things that I do like to do is I do like to keep a month-to-month account on my Coinbase account. So in December, we just had under $2,500. In January, we nearly doubled that, and I did have some deposits, just about $400. And in February, we went up to about 7 grand with just under $500 in deposits. So if you look at these numbers and you just discount the fact that we reached up to $10,000 in the month of February, you can still see that we had some amazing growth. March is definitely going to be a critical month in terms of growth or decline. So we're going to see where we are at that. But overall, we're still well ahead of where we were at the beginning of January. And that's something for us crypto enthusiasts, is something that we shouldn't lose track of. We're really definitely in a good spot. Yes, we grew really fast and there was about a 30% pullback, but even with that 30% pullback, we're still in a really good position. One of the things that I do like to do, and I'll just drag in another note here, is that from month to month, I don't just keep track of my crypto accounts, I also keep track of everything else. So 401k, stocks, HSAs, life insurance, savings. I pretty much have a line for every one of those. A couple of these I actually break out into more details because there's just more money in those. And what I like to do is month over month, I like to keep track of all of them. That way I have a really nice spreadsheet. And when I look down the spreadsheets, I can do some analysis on what's growing, what's not. And then I can make decisions on where I should be putting my money or start scrutinizing certain areas because it's losing money. So this is something that I definitely do recommend you do. If you have a very good balanced portfolio, you should have a stake in most of these things. And like I said before, you should definitely have all of these things taken care of before you really look into crypto. I know crypto is a great growing market. It's something I'm definitely enthusiastic about, but it's also still very risky. You definitely get a lot of great growth potential, but you're also inheriting a lot of risk, as you've already seen for this month. So grew super quickly, but then it declined very quickly. So if we look at the 1 month chart, this is a very telling tale. If you look at the beginning of the month, this right here, this nice little line right here, this is good, consistent growth. And one of the things that I've always done with this particular account, and I'm going to continue doing, is I have a very simple, straightforward strategy that basically makes this into a weighted index fund, in which really the only time I'm putting more money into this coins is if it continues to grow. So if I put $10 in, I'm waiting for it to double, so a target of $20 before I put in the next $10. So I always have that 100% buffer. So even with this 30% pullback, none of my coins are in the red because I have such a huge buffer that it could really soak up a lot of decline. So in terms of me worrying about where this account is, I really don't have any worries. And it also makes for some really interesting charts because this weighted index definitely gives me some nice clean charts to look at. So at the beginning of the month, I really had a nice strong growth curve that was really good. We went a little bit into FOMO stage right here, in which it grew very quickly. And then we promptly had that first dip in which people were pulling out money. And then we went into kind of a consolidation phase and we started growing again with another huge dip right at the end here. So right at this point, which is around March 10th, this is when we kind of went hyperbolic and when pretty much everything went insane, and we went all the way up to about 10 grand for this account, which is huge growth, which is something that everybody wants to see. But this is definitely entering into FOMO stages, and I already talked about it in my other videos. But what it means is that pretty much past February 10th, it wasn't a good time to actually put more money into the markets because it was just very risky. And pretty much from that point on, we went into a huge consolidation phase, and then promptly a decline. But as I just said, from January all the way till now, we still have quite a lot of new money into the crypto markets, and it looks like that money is staying inside of the crypto markets, which is really good. And if you look right now, pretty much we have periods of time where you can start investing into the crypto market. For myself, March is probably going to be a good investment month for me for crypto. I'm going to be getting a tax return with a little bit money from the federal government, so I'm definitely going to invest some of that into my crypto portfolio. With the markets the way that they are right now, it is a good time to actually invest in money. I also think that it's a good chance to actually invest in some of these top coins that I've been seeing. So Aave, Graph, Uniswap, I still think they're very strong coins. They've retained their value very well, but they did all have their respective pullbacks. And if you want to get a little bit more speculative, there's definitely some really good liquidity coins that you can invest in. Now, towards the bottom of my portfolio, there's definitely a lot of them where I wouldn't be putting money into them because they just really haven't seen any consistent growth. But with the crypto market the way that it is, you don't really know which one will grow quickly. And also having a good position in these staking coins, because again, getting money back just for holding your coins, that's something that's really valuable, and it's something that's very consistent. Anyhow, that's all I want to talk about for this portfolio. I hope you're doing well out there, and I'll see you in the next video.